Hi everyone, welcome to Legally Yours. I'm here again with the absolutely wonderful Donna Ross from Donna Ross Dispute Resolution Services. And in this interview, we're actually going to focus a little bit on the commercial law services that Donna provides and the types of clients and matters that she works with. So thank you so much for joining me, Donna.
Thank you, Karen, for having me. I'm very pleased to be part of Legally Yours now. And
me too. It's really good. All right, well, let's get started. So talk me through a little bit about the actual commercial law services you provide and the types of clients and the types of matters that you actually work with in relation to that field.
Well, my legal services that I provide are focused on mainly representing clients in negotiations. So those negotiations can be for contracts, for deals, deal negotiations, and also for settlement negotiations. And I do that both domestically for Australian clients and internationally. And one of the things that I focus on really is to make sure that those contracts are going to be enforceable insofar as possible, because disputes always arise, and that they have really good dispute resolution clauses in them, so that if something does happen, a commercial outcome is possible. I also sometimes advise lawyers, whether it's solicitors or barristers, on U.S. and international law, as well as companies. I represent clients also in mediations and arbitrations, and have a couple of areas of specialization. I think you asked that. There are many, but I do a lot of partnership and shareholder disputes, franchise law, IT, information technology, the wine industry, and I work a lot at the Small Business Commission as a mediator, so anything property, retail, leases act, or even residential.
Amazing. So busy. How do you fit it all in? that is just incredible. And look, you touched on there that your alternative dispute or your dispute resolution specialization. So you are an accredited arbitrator and mediator, and you can obviously, come from that perspective. So what's the advantage of when they're approaching you, I guess, in more of a lawyer capacity rather than a mediator and arbitrator? What's the benefit of you having that background in skills, do you think? For both for the clients.
In the past, I've worked a lot with small businesses, SMEs, and also large companies, and I think that it's particularly beneficial for them, but for everyone. Often, litigators will go into a dispute focusing on litigation and litigation techniques, whereas somebody who's a mediator, in particular even an arbitrator, has a different view of how to resolve disputes and can advise clients on how they can get a more efficient outcome and especially a more commercial outcome, and to think outside the box, to be creative, to try to have preventive clauses in their contracts, and then to try to reach out to resolve the disputes before going to court and before parties get too entrenched in their positions and it just costs them too much money. And I always say, lawyers, unfortunately, are often the only ones who really win in litigation, and there are better options for parties. And I think that with that dispute resolution background, I can help offer the parties those options.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely brilliant. And the more and more that sort of I think clients understand, what actually is involved in a litigation and going to court, and perhaps looking at something alternative on that side of resolving it, outside of that matter, it's quite incredible how they then begin to see what the value is, because it's not just financial, but also the emotional toil and stress that can often come with having to go into court and follow that process.
The stress, the uncertainty, the time away from business, the time away from your family, and what a lot of parties don't realize, and some lawyers explain and others don't, is that once they get to court, they're probably going to be sent back out to mediation. In particular, arbitration is a bit different, or they're going to have a magistrate or someone kind of banging heads to force them to settle, whereas if they take this opportunity earlier on, they can get a much better resolution and a less costly one.
Absolutely love it. So how can people find you, Donna? Talk me through that.
Well, basically, the easiest way, probably my website, www.donnarossdisputeresolution.com. All of my contact details are on the website. I'm on LinkedIn and Twitter, so you can find my profile on LinkedIn, and I'm happy to take emails or calls to see whether or not I can be helpful. And sometimes if it's an area that I'm not as proficient in, I'll either work with other lawyers, or perhaps refer out to make sure that clients really get the best services possible.
Fantastic. And you can now also find Donna on the Legally Yours platform, which I'm incredibly excited about. So if you'd like to find her there, go to www.legallyyours.com.au and you can find Donna Ross there and submit a request form for Donna to call you back and have a complimentary chat. So thank you so much, Donna. We're so incredibly excited to have you part of the network, and keep up the good work. And thank you everyone for watching.